Students, in this video, I am going to take examples on two-phase method. First example is this: minimum z is equal to 2x1 plus x2 subjected to the constraint 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 3, 4x1 plus 3x2 is greater than equal to 6, x1 plus 2x2 is less than equal to 3, and x1, x2 both are greater than equal to 0. So first we will convert the problem into standard form. That means maximum z star is equal to, so first we will convert the minimum into maximum by multiplying by minus sign and denote this new variable as z star. So here is z star, which is equal to minus 2x1 minus x2. Then we will take this right hand side in the left hand side, so we get z star, this z star plus 2x1 plus x2 is equals to 0. Fine. Now subjected to, first constraint is a equality type, so just add an artificial variable a1. So 3x1 plus x2 plus a1 is equal to 3. Second is greater than type, so just subtract this surplus variable x3 and then immediately add a2. So 4x1 plus 3x2 minus x3 plus a2 is equals to 6. Third one is less than type, so there is no need to any artificial variable, just add slack variable x4. So x1 plus 2x2 plus x4 is equal to 3. And now in this non-negativity condition becomes x1, x2, x3, x4, a1, a2 all are greater than equal to 0, where x3 is surplus, x4 is slack, a1 and a2 are artificial variables. Okay, so what is the conclusion from this? Conclusion is that generally whenever we are having equality type, then immediately add an artificial variable. If we are having greater than type constraint, then immediately you have to subtract some amount which is known as surplus variable and then add artificial variable. Okay, and if you are having less than type, then there is no need to add any artificial variable, just add usual slack variable. So this is the conclusion. Now whenever we are having artificial variable, then we have two methods. One is big M method and another one is two-phase method. We have already discussed these two methods, but for the brevity, for more examples, here we are discussing two-phase methods. Okay, so let's see. So in two-phase method, we are having the method in two phases. This is the phase 1. So in phase 1, the objective function is always this type. That means minimization of u is equals to sum of artificial variable. This is always, whatever be the type of the problem, whether maximization or minimization, always objective function in phase 1 will be minimum of u is equals to sum of artificial variables. In our case, we have two artificial variable a1 and a2. That's why minimum u is equal to a1 plus a2. Now find out the values from these two. Just add these two constraints and then substitute the value of a1 plus a2, which is nothing but 9 minus 7x1, this total sum, 4x2, the total sum, and then x3. In the right hand side we get plus sign, and then subjected to the constraints, these constraints: 3x1 plus x2 plus a1 is equal to 3, 4x1 plus 3x2 minus x3 plus a2 is equal to 6, then x1 plus 2x2 plus x4 is equal to 3, and then x1, x2, x3, x4, a1, a2 all are greater than equal to 0. Now this constraint can be rewritten in the standard form like maximization as maximum of u star is equal to minus 9 plus 7x1 plus 4x2 minus x3. That means u star minus 7x1 minus 4x2 plus x3 is equal to minus 9. Now construct the usual simplex table. So this is the usual simplex table. So basis value x1, x2, x3, x4, a1, a2. Now from the first constraint, here the coefficient of x1 is 3, x2 1, there is no x3 0, there is no x4 0. Coefficient of a1 is 1 and then a2 is 0. Right hand side is 3. Similarly from the second row, coefficient of x1 is 4, so 4. Coefficient of x2 is 3, 3. Coefficient of x3 is minus 1, so minus 1. There is no x4, 0. There is no a1, 0. Coefficient of a2 is 1, so 1. Similarly, from the last row, we have 1, 2, 0, 1, 0, 0, and right hand side is 3. Okay, now the objective function, this coefficient of x1 is -7, so -7. Coefficient of x2 is -4, so -4. Coefficient of x3 is +1, and there is no x4, a1 and a2, so that's why 0, 0, 0. And right hand side is -9, so -9. And here we have u star. Now identify the identity matrix. So this is the identity matrix. First column is associated with a1, second column is associated with a2, and the third column is associated with x4. That's why corresponding to this one we have a1 here, because this is associated with a1. Similarly, the second column is associated with a2, so write down here a2. Third column is associated with x4, so x4. So this is our initial basis. Now identify the most negative value. So this is the most negative value here, and hence x1 enters the basis. When x1 enters the basis, so x1 enters the basis. Now find out the minimum ratio for the positive values. All are positive, so the minimum ratio is just 3/3, 6/4, 3/1. So 3/3, 6/4, 3/1. So which is 1, and associated with this 3, hence a1 will leave the basis. A1 will leave the, so the new basis is x1, a2 and x4. Okay, so in place of a1 we have now x1, a2, x4, and then perform the usual calculation. Just in first row, this is the pivot element, so just divide this row by 3. 3 से इसको divide किया पूरी row को, so we get this, and base using this one, convert these elements, this and this as 0, 0, 0 with the help of row operations. तो क्या करेंगे, just multiply this revised row by 4 से multiply किया, and then subtract from the second row से subtract करेंगे तो यहाँ 0 बन जाएगा. So we get this equation row. Similarly, here is 1, so directly subtract third row from the first row, then we get this result. And similarly, here is -7, so just multiply this revised row by 7 and then add in u star row, we get this. So we get 1, 0, 0, 0. Now again identify the most negative value in u star row. So this is the most negative u value, that's why x2 enters. Now herein, if you will find out the minimum ratio, then the minimum ratio will be 1 divided by this. So minimum ratio is equals to this 1 divided by this, so 1 upon 1/3, then 2 divided by 5/3, and then 2 divided by 5/3. So ultimately we will get 6/5, and there is a tie between these two, hence we can select any one of them. And since here is artificial variable present, this is a slack variable, this is an artificial variable, so preference should be given to artificial variable. Hence a2 will leave the basis and then perform the usual calculation. So in place of a2, now we have x2, so x1, x2, x4 are our new basis. And then now divide this row by 5/3, this is a pivot element, so we get 6/5, 0, 1 minus this 0, and then convert these elements, this and this as 0, 0, 0 using row operations. और किसका रो का इस्तेमाल करना है, हमें इस रो का इस्तेमाल करना है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू वांट टू कन्वर्ट 0, 1/3 as 0, so just multiply this row by 1/3 and then subtract from first row, so we get this result. Similarly, here is 5/3, here is 5, just directly subtract and then write down here, or alternately multiply this row by 5/3 and then subtract from this, so we will get this result. Similarly, here is 5/3, here is, just add these two directly and write down here, so this is the final result. Now again identify u star negative value in u star row, so there is no negative value in u star row, hence optima reaches. Now here there is no artificial variable present, this value is already 0, so whenever you are at the last stage of first phase, then always first identify two important things. One, whether there is a 0 or not. Yes, there is a 0. If suppose not, then there is a some problem in the calculation. You just see your calculation. Okay, since here is a 0. Okay, now the second thing is that identify whether there is an artificial variable present or not. Here there is no artificial variable present, that's why optima reaches. But if suppose there is an artificial variable present and at their level is not 0, their level is a positive level, then obviously infeasible solution. Here there is no artificial variable present, here is 0, so that's why we can move to the phase number 2. So now in phase number 2, what we will do, in phase number 2 we will carry forward this last row by some modifications. Modification is what? Here first delete the artificial variable columns. So delete these two columns because they are associated with artificial variable, so they will not go forward. Only this part will go to the phase number 2. First modification. Second, this u star row will be eliminated, and then we have to insert the actual objective function. This we have to insert this. Okay, so the modified version is this. We have deleted this row and then z star is inserted here. So z star is obviously what? You can see coefficient of x1 is 2, coefficient of x2 is 1. So that's why here we have 2 and 1, and there is 0 0. Here is 0. Rest are the as it is same as this. We have just taken this row, this part, and in place of this we have inserted this part. Okay, so this is our modified row, and now you can see that x1 is a basic variable, so there should be a 0. Similarly, x2 is a basic variable, so there should be a 0. So what we will just do, perform calculation. So first just multiply this row by 2 and then subtract from z star row, so we get 0 here. Okay, now still there is a 1, so just directly subtract this row, subtract this row from this row, second row from z star row. So in इस row में से इस row को subtract किया, so we get this row, and here there is no negative value. Okay, so optima reaches. Suppose if there is a negative value -1/5, then x3 enters the basis, and then you have to find out the leaving variable. Okay, just usual simplex method you have to apply, but for here because there is no negative value, so optima reaches. Solution is x1 is 3/5, x2 is 6/5, and z star is -12/5. So this is the solution. But since our objective function is of minimization type, so minimum z is nothing but the negative of this number. That means 12/5. x1 is 3/5, x2 is 6/5. So this is the second example. This is the example of two-phase method. Okay, so likewise we have to use simplex method. Okay, now in the next video we will discuss about the duality. We have to discuss about the duality, and then we will establish the dual simplex method. Okay, thank you.